Greetings everyone! So on today's video I wanted to talk about feeling stuck and a person's objectives in life. So I got the idea for this video when I was speaking to one of my seniors who was about to graduate. So he goes like, hey, you know what's weird? I'm graduating high school and moving on to college, but I don't really feel anything. A chapter of my life's youth has been closed, so shouldn't I feel excited or something, dude? When he said this, it got me thinking, why should we be cutting up our life into pieces with these markers along the way to indicate our progress? Just because a person is done with high school, for example, doesn't mean that their youth should be considered over. When life's timeline is classified using chapters, phases, or like gobblegunk stages, there's a backdrop of this artificial abruptness, as if it's a point of no return in a video game where once the bit is over, there's no revisiting. And when I frame it like this for you guys, don't you sort of see the fallacies of perceiving life like this? So, I asked my senior if he doesn't feel anything going up the grades and then graduating, does he at least feel anything when he's, getting older and aging? And he replied, as most of you would expect, that he was unsure. That's exactly where the uncertainty sets in. The fact that we perceive time in our own development is something quite blurry with a few highlights here and there, yet we are so confident as to just decide when to end a chapter, seal it up as a box of memories, and continue onward waiting for the next objective. So then, if we perceive everything in such a manner where there really is no cut and dry ends or loose ties to actually deal with, then why should we have any authority, no, or even the slightest qualification to be chaptering up our lives when it just feels like we're living one really long day? So what happens if you start feeling stuck? At this point, I ask my senior, well, if you don't feel much when you age, is it safe to say that now you're not really 18, but more like 15 plus 3, and when you were 15, it was like 12 plus 3? Once again, he goes, I don't know. And just like that, you start to feel stuck. Even if it felt like you were living one really long day, at least you felt the progression of the hours ticking by again and again. But if we aren't doing anything to give us a frame of reference for exactly how many hours have ticked by, then it's not just one really long day we're living. It's one really long day where you no longer expected tomorrow, and that's what is so dangerous. By no means am I referring to suicidal thoughts or depression. No, no, nothing like that, but more along the lines of everyday productivity slowing down, where you don't do anything new or feel anything different, just more of yesterday. As you get older, the less and less you feel of your age and progression of time, since there's just less and less to do. We all will get to this point one day in our lives, but the possibility of it happening so soon is what really scares me. And so that's why I'm making this video. Maybe by doing something different, doing content creation like I always, promised myself I would do, maybe I'm actually furthering myself. And maybe this summer when I'm telling myself I'll get an internship or a part-time job, maybe then I'll actually start to progress. But if everything is so blurry, and even if you do something completely brand new and it barely even gives you a frame of reference, then that's when you start to feel the true meaning of feeling like you're stuck.